Hey, I'm Steve Krenz for Guitar Gathering. Thank you for joining us on this lesson on developing a swing feel. You know, it is the most important skill for any jazz guitarist. It doesn't matter how many notes you play or even what notes you play if you don't have a right feel. But if you have a right swing feel, even the simplest of ideas can start to swing and can make music. So let's talk about developing a swing feel. There's a PDF that goes along with this lesson, so make sure and download that. The link is in the YouTube description down below. In jazz typically, as we're playing eighth notes in rock or in other types of music, eighth notes are even subdivisions of a note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But jazz doesn't talk that way. Jazz has a specific accent, if you want to think of it like a language. As jazz has a specific accent to it. And if you're not in the right accent, it just doesn't sound like jazz. So instead of straight eighth notes, jazz uses a triplet feel. So it has kind of a triplet bass to it. So instead of da 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 da, in jazz it's going to be da 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 da. So with the 3 eighth notes that would be in a triplet, the first two are tied together. So take a look at that first example there. We have straight eighths there in the middle of the page, page 1, and then we have, as there would be interpreted, swing eighths. Now, they're going to be written in jazz as regular eighth notes, but you're going to interpret them as this loping triplet rhythm. Da, 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 da. Now there's an emphasis on the upbeats as well. Do, da, do, da, do, da, do, da, do. And there's an emphasis on beats 2 and 4 generally as well. So that's kind of the accent that you need to use in jazz. So there's what it is. Let's work it out. So take a look at the next page. And we're just going to I've got a little drum machine here. This is an app I like to use. It's called DrumGenius. What I like about the DrumGenius app is it's not just a static, kind of MIDI drums. It's kind of a real drummer playing these sounds. So you actually have sort of a feel. So here's a drummer playing this. So here's the beat: 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, da 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 da. Okay, so take a look at the top of page 2. We're just going to be in the key of C major. And I want you to get just on an open G. We're going to practice that feel first. Don't worry about the notes. We're just going to play on an open G. We're just going to do kind of 4 eighth notes in that swing feel. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then you play it. Do 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 dot. Do 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 dot. Okay, so now let's play that top line on page 2. 3, 4. So it's not going dot 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 dot, which would be a regular straight eighth notes. These are swung eighth notes. Now, if you're looking at a piece of music, sometimes you'll even see that as a player. It'll say swing eighths, or it'll give a little indication 2 eighth notes equals a swing triplet eighth note. So it has to tell you in the music to interpret it as a swing way, but that's how we would interpret it. All right, so look at that second line. All right, we've done a regular line. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Now, let's do maybe a C scale. Regular old open C scale, we'll just do it right there. And we're going to do 4 on each with our little emphasis on the upbeats. Do, 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 do. A 1, 2, up the scale, and. It's not about playing the notes, it's about getting the feel. So think about that triplet feel. Da-do, 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 da-do. Do that one again. 2, ready, and. Okay, look at the third line. Now instead of playing 4 for each note, we're just going to be 2 on each note. 1, 2, ready, go. Do it again. I'm kind of emphasizing the upbeats. Do, da, emphasizing those upbeats. Okay, now let's just go up the scale. 1, 2, up the scale, go. And we'll give a measure. Come back down. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Back down, and. So even as you're just practicing scales, you can be getting that jazz feel, and that's what we're wanting to focus on. Do, da, do, da, do, da, do. If I could just get that underlying jazz triplet lope, it's almost kind of a loping rhythm in my ear, that would help. Now, listening to great jazz guitar players are going to help you. People like Joe Pass, Freddie Green, Martin Taylor. These guys have got George Van Epps, another one. These some classic jazz guitarists. Now, scales are fine and all, but let's actually put that into some patterns, which are going to start to make sense, a little bit more sense musically. All right, so take a look at the bottom of page 2. Now we're just going to be, let's just be in the 5th position here. So if I was in the 5th position, starting on this C, 3rd string, 5th fret, if I played the scale, it'd be. And if you want to go down, you can kind of slip back to the 4th there for one of those notes there. There you go, okay. So now we're going to do a little pattern. Here's the pattern. 2 on the first one, and then just up. That's the pattern. Do, da, do, da. Then we're going to start on the first note of the scale, that's C. So it'll be C, C, D, E. Just do that. Okay, for the next one, we're just going to go up to the next one on the scale, the D. Same thing, 2 on the D, and then we'll go up 2. Okay, what's the third one? Well, let's go to the 3rd step of the scale, the E. 2 on the E, and then up 2. 2, ready, and. Next one, the F. What are we practicing? We're practicing the sense of feel of it. Do, da, do, da, do, da, do, da. And I'm really hitting that last one. Do, da, do, bap. Okay, so let's look at the bottom of page 2. Let's get our drummer going. And let's play the bottom of page 2. 2. 1, 2, ready, go. Next one. Next one. Next one. We can just keep going up the scale. Getting these patterns underneath our fingers is going to be helpful where we're going. We're slowly building, soloing little tools that we can use soloing. Okay, so let's do this again. We're just going to keep going up the scale. 1, 2, C starts it, go. Just keep going up the scale. Gotta switch positions here. Now, I want you also to think, right there, we're starting on the root of the chord, the C of a C major chord, and I'm doing do da do da. Now, if I was on an A minor, I would do, on a G. Okay, I'm not saying these are the only patterns. This is just a little tool that we're going to use. At the top of page 3, we're going to do another pattern. Now, this one doesn't start on the 1, the C of a C major scale. it's going to start on the 3rd. Okay? So over a C major scale, I'm going to start on the 3rd, which is an E, and I'm going to do this little lick. I'm always in the key of C. I'm always in the key of C. So this is just E, F, G, E. So over the C major 7th. 2, 3, 4. Okay? We'll do that let's practice that a few times. Let's get our drummer going. Come on, Mr. Drummer. A 1, 2, first measure, go. Do it again. Okay, let's do the next one. Over a D minor, we would start on the F, its 3rd, and do the same. I'm in the key of C. I'm just picking a part of the C scale, F, G, A, and then back to the original note. Over that E minor, I'm going to start on the G, and I'm going to do him. Ready, and. Maybe even add a little slide. Slide up to the highest note. Okay, what about in the F? Oh, man. Okay, let's do the F now. A 1, 2, starting on the A, and. Just pick a note to slide on. You can slide on the first one, you can slide on the last one, whatever. Okay, so if I played all of that, top of page 3. A 1, 2, E starts it. And. We just keep going. Now, if you don't want to continue going up here, you can just drop it an octave. All right, I've given you 2 ideas, 2 simple ideas. One where we start on the root of the chord, and the other one where we start on the 3rd of the chord, and we're going to go. Just 2 little ideas. Flip over the page. And let's start looking at a classic jazz progression from the jazz standard Fly Me to the Moon. I picked this one because it's in the key of C, and you could pretty much play anything in the key of C, and it's going to work over these changes. Now, the 4th page there, let's look at what's happening here. It starts out with an A minor 7th. Well, what notes are in an A minor 7th? Because that's going to be important. We're going to play around with that. Well, it's a 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. How'd I know that? I'm a musical genius? No, I've just studied this stuff a little bit. If you're interested in this, I did a whole course on how music works. And it's a whole bunch of lessons on there. If you want to know kind of how this is working, why is this working? And that's really what makes all the difference in jazz, is not just the playing of the notes, but that you know how to use this tool I'm going to give you, okay? So you can check out that How Music Works section. But in order to save you some mental energy there, I just wrote in the notes for each chord below that measure. So you'll notice below the A minor 7th measure, I have written in A, C, E, G. A being the root, C being the 3rd, E being the 5th, and so on. Over the D minor 7th, it's D, F, A, C. Again, D is the root, F is the 3rd. And I did that for all of those. Even the chords that have last measure of that first line, they have 2 chords in that line. I have a C, E, G, B, and a C, E, G, B flat. So that's the difference between these 2 chords. Woo, Steve, it sounds like they're coming real fast. Let's start it real easy. We're going to start real easy. We're going to play just the roots of every chord, okay? So I have them written in there. So just the first of each grouping of 4 there, that's all you're going to play. I don't care where you play it. I'm going to be playing it here in the 5th position, which is a good jazz place to play on guitar. It's kind of a meaty, warm sound on the instrument, so I play it right there. And we're going to turn this Fly Me to the Moon track on, and we're just going to do 4/8 notes. So it'll be like... Okay, so here we go. A 1, 2, ready, and... B, E, A, Simple. C, B to E. But Steve, I don't know how to solo. Just do this for a while. D, G, A, D. Okay, when I finish this lesson, I'm going to put that, I've got a YouTube link to that song, and so I'm going to be, I'll put that link up and you can have actually the track that I'm working on now. Okay, so that's a basic idea. We can do that, and I can play this in where I'm doing just the roots. Okay, well that's fun. Let's play the thirds of each chord. Okay, so we're going to play this track again, and this time we're going to play the third. So this could be the second letter underneath all of those. So over the A minor 7th, I'd play a C. Okay, so I heard a guy say one time, jazz isn't about playing fast, it's about thinking fast. So it's about thinking about all these pitches and how you can play them. So again, once I put this up on YouTube, you can slow it down, and you can slow it down as much as you need to be able to keep up with it. And don't feel bad if you don't play it well the first time. You're just learning. A couple of times through it, you'll get the idea. Now let's play the thirds of each chord. So we're going to put that track on again. Here we go, the third. Starts on a C. Now the F. B. G sharp. So it's already sounding a little bit more musical. It's okay if you miss one. This is jazz, come on. B. We're getting there. You've done it on roots, you've done it on thirds. All right, just to prove that this works, we're gonna put that track on again, and I'm just gonna play a C scale. Just gonna play a C scale, okay? 4 notes on each, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, C scale. Just kind of wander around on the C major scale. So now let's do a little pattern. Do the pattern number 1, where we start on the root and we go 2 and then up. Remember our little pattern that we did? Okay, try it again. Let's get the track going. Ready, and... Okay, all right, already sounds like a little bit of music. All right, now we're going to take that same pattern, and we're going to make it like it's the third. So over that A minor 7th, I'm going to do, starting on the C. Over the D minor 7th, I'm going to start on the F. Okay, over the G, I'm going to start on the B. Okay, here we go. Let's turn the track on. Let's see if that works. 2, C, N. So I'm doing that pattern on the thirds. Thirds of each chord. Okay, so you get the idea. Hey, let's do the next pattern. Remember that pattern? But we did that on the third of the scale. Okay? So over the A minor, I do that da-da-dee-da. Over the D minor, I play the... Okay, here we go. Let's turn the track on. Let's do that one. 1, 2, second pattern, and... Sorry. Now we're going to do kind of a Simon Says sort of a thing. I will play a lick, and then you will play it in the next measure. Or we'll give it a little bit of space, because there's a lot of chords. They're coming pretty fast, so we'll slow it down a bit. So it'll be like... 1, 2, 3, 4. You play. Okay, we'll do that sort of a thing. Here we go. 1. Sorry, track. 1, C, ready, go. And you would play it. You do it again. Sorry. All right, I'm mixing my licks up, which is where we're going. Okay, so now where I want you to go with that is, you'll notice I can do that pattern, and I could do those on the third. They sound particularly good on the third. They sound particularly good on the seventh as well. So over that A minor seventh, I could do the one starting on the G. So let me see if I can, I don't even know if I can do it, but let's try it. We'll do, where I'm playing the little lick on the seventh of each of chord. 1, 2, hear how that sounds. There you go. It was kind of tough to do. All right, there you go. Try it. I've taught you 2 licks and 2 little patterns. Start messing around and coming up with ideas of your own, developing a jazz feel, and then start to say little different things with it. Really, you can just play anything in C. There you go. Some ideas to help you get a jazz feel. So take these exercises and patterns, see if you can get them underneath your fingers and work on them, and then start to incorporate them into various jazz songs. You can find all kinds of backing tracks online for jazz songs. I hope it's a good place for you to start. Hey, I'm Steve Krenz for Guitar Gathering. Thanks for joining us on this quick lesson, and we will see you guys next time.